The woman was clearly pregnant with twins, but after delivering the first child, she was forced to hold off until dawn before giving birth again, all in hopes of bearing a child who could command divine messengers. Not until sunrise was the second baby finally born, but when the father saw the twins, his face was filled with unease. 16 years passed in the blink of an eye. The older brother, Yuru, became the village's strongest hunter, always returning with game from every hunt, but his younger sister, Asa, had been secretly imprisoned all this time. There was only one explanation. She had a greater purpose. Only a select few were allowed to see her, and Yuru was one of them. He never questioned it. Every day, he visited his sister, and told her stories about his hunts. She always responded with a gentle smile, until one day, the merchant Dara returned to the village. He was their only link to the outside world. As usual, Yuru went to him, to prepare a gift for his sister. Everything seemed peaceful, but in the next moment, the barrier was torn apart. For the first time, the village was exposed. Steel aircraft appeared in the sky, their roar deafening. Before the villagers could react, the massacre had already begun. Blades slit throats, and armed soldiers stormed out of the forest. They killed anyone they saw. Against firearms, the villagers stood no chance. By the time Yuru arrived, the village was covered in bodies. His only thought was to find his sister. He rushed to the statue, and sprinted through a hidden passage to her prison. At the same time, a young girl descended elsewhere. With just a flick of her finger, an invisible force tore through the crowd.
Gobble. Gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble.
The slaughter was effortless, but soon, she realized the ground troops had gone silent, because Dara had already acted, eliminating them without a trace. Clearly, he was far from an ordinary merchant. Elsewhere, a woman in black dragged the village chief before Asa. After one glance, her face twisted with disgust. In the next instant, she killed Asa without hesitation. Yuru arrived just in time, to witness it all.
はい、朝だよ、兄様。迎えに来た。そして、兄様以外みんな殺す。
Overcome with rage, he attacked immediately, but he was taken down in a single move. The gap in power was overwhelming. At that moment, the gift rolled into a pool of blood. No one noticed. The blood suddenly forming tendrils that wrapped around the woman in black. The situation spiraled out of control. Dara arrived and pulled Yuru away to retreat. But before they could get far, they were locked onto by a helicopter. Under heavy fire, they were pinned behind the statue. Yuru's mind was in chaos. What were those flying machines? Why was his village attacked? Was his sister really dead? Dara had no time to explain. He simply handed him a beast-shaped jade pendant, and told him to place it into the statue's slot. It was their only chance to survive. Yuru had no choice but to obey. He charged forward through the gunfire, and cleared the debris blocking the slot. At the moment he was targeted, his blood dripped into the slot. The statue instantly began to glow. Two golden beast-like spirits shot into the sky, and lunged straight at the helicopter. They tore apart its rotoring tail in a frenzy. In the next second, the helicopter crashed right before them. But the real disaster was only just beginning.
おいおいおい、今度の主は子供だぞ。よしやすそうだな。